Hi everyone, and I'm Dasha Jamison with Red Rock Pastel Society of Nevada. We're meeting today an amazing artist, gallery owner, Elena Bulatova, and we're gonna talk about all things art, about how to get into the gallery, how to be represented, and all other fun stuff.
Okay,
Right.
here we are.
Here we are with faces.
Here with faces, and so nice to see you. So nice, put a face with a name and with a beautiful spaces what you created here. So I'm
Thanks
hearing
for
like
inviting.
we have a lot of people joining us. Hi everyone, and thank you for watching. Let me briefly introduce myself. I'm Dasha Jamison with Red Rock Pastel Society of Nevada. We're based here in Las Vegas and represent artists from all over the world who do draw and paint in pastel medium. And Elena is a fine artist and a gallery owner, amazing businesswoman. How you combine all of it?
Hi. Well, you have to compartmentalize your brain. There's a lot of different things that you need to focus on and just be good on time management and delegation and have a great team, I guess. And have desire to do it all because it takes a lot of energy, but it's
Absolutely.
fun.
Absolutely. Let me say I'm originally from Russia, so are you, so I can relate on so many levels. And I happened to watch your interview with your university classmate a couple of days ago. So if you guys bilingual or speak Russian, please head to Yelena's account. She has a link there to watch this interview, and they talk a lot of different. We talk about a lot of different stuff, what you may find very useful. I'll not try to
I
repeat.
guess. Yeah, I guess the main topic was their women in business, and we studied together uh, in not art related industry. It was public administration in Moscow State University in Russia. So we just reconnected about having women in business, combining it all. So today, I guess we will focus more on the art side of it.
Yes, and it's so cool because a lot of people weren't born in an artist family. They didn't get proper art schooling and didn't know at the age of 5, like Picasso, what they're going to be an artist and receive degrees in like economics and stuff. And later in life, found their passion uh, to art. So how was it with you?
Well, for me, it was I never thought I will be a professional artist till 29, I think. But you know how growing up in Russia, you exposed to all culture. Russia is very, it has very rich culture. You go to theater, you go to performances, you do a lot of things at school, after school. I did a art school, musical school for 7 years, and I played violin for 12 years in orchestra. And you paint, you dance, you
Yeah,
do theater, you play chess, you do everything.
exactly.
This is normal thing in Russia. You don't think necessarily you're gonna do it professionally because life is a little bit different there. I thought I need to go to study something, some serious things that I cannot do by myself. I'll need professors. So I studied economics in university and politics, but and business. Anyway, anything you study, it just came useful later on because again, running galleries now, it's completely business side. Being creative, it is a artistic side that was a lot of it in childhood as well. So everything is useful.
That's very cool, and it's so inspiring what you can use it as your strength, not as a downfall. What you have professional degree in our industry, and it's most useful. Um, Becoming an artist, I heard bits and pieces in your previous interview. So it was it intimidating to meet with professional artists for the first time and be in the same exhibition space? You kind of talked about it.
Yeah, I looked all the time at artists like different animals. I felt they like unicorns, very special people, very different, because they live kind of different lifestyle, you know, and it's fascinating. You read all these stories of Picasso or like other artists who passed away right now. And it was always fascinating for me to go to see exhibitions, and I loved art all my life. And I just started to do it as a hobby. It just happened that it started to sell, the painting started to sell, and then I thought, okay, I can make money with it, so let me make myself a website, let me see if there are any exhibitions here, some opportunities, let me try to go get into the gallery. And it was not easy to get into the gallery, so I think that's why I started to open my own.
Let me stop you here for a second. So now you as a gallery owner, and you started, right, you started as a business person, like artist, but also as a business person. Right now, being on another side, can you tell like what mistakes artists do when they trying to get into the galleries, like do's and don'ts? Okay, like I'm an artist, want to have my art in crystals.
Yeah, so yeah, the galleries, the way they think, first of all, there are different type of artists and different types of gallerists. So I think the statistics is that in America, it's a lot of artists that I didn't realize really before I became artist, and majority of them do less than $1,000 a year on their art. That's what the statistics that I read several years ago. And so they have to have some completely different job to supplement their lifestyle, and they do it for hobby or something. So the galleries, there are different galleries. So some of them, they work on consignment, that they are looking for artists to fill in their inventory and to have exhibitions. Some work with the starting artists, some work only with established artists, some work just with the medium career artists. So you need to understand where you're applying. So if this gallery would be even interested in you. And then my personal experience was when I just started out to paint, you know, I just did it maybe for half a year, and I went to all kind of galleries. And then later on, when I opened my own, I understood that the galleries, they have their own responsibilities. They have to pay rent, they have to pay salaries to their people. So they need to think of the art also as a product. Will they be able to sell it? Do they have the collector base that this particular art will talk to? Again, depending on their specialization, you know, and how old is the gallery. But then, so a lot of galleries say in established galleries would not even look at me. But I found it's so many opportunities right now. So I just decided, okay, we'll do step by step. So I found other galleries. There are co-op galleries that are run by artists. The thing is, those galleries, they don't generate so much revenue, I guess, because usually artists, they don't have like super business background. So yes, they would rent everything, something together. They have an opportunity to exhibit, but they're not gonna get rich out of that, you know. But
Yeah.
you still need to do something. It's say we're in California. There's so many. What is it? The fairs. That's how I started. They
Art
were
fairs.
art fairs. So I
Yeah.
applied to all of them wherever I could go. I tried to see any opportunities where to showcase your art, because if even you're amazing artist and your art sits in your studio, nobody sees it,
Yes,
it's less opportunity to sell it. So of
absolutely.
course, just it's great to have any opportunity. There are offices that want to say showcase art and pop-up shows. There are a lot of websites that do artist calls all the time. It's just you have to research a little bit and understand what is specialization of the particular gallery that you're going into. And then also important thing, I think, that say artist, he should think of himself as an entrepreneur too, because you're basically a self-employed person. So
Yeah.
you need to kind of think to how you can become more successful yourself. I mean, if you want to make money professionally with this art and live from this profession, and you just don't do it as a hobby. So the gallery needs to see that you're selling and you're successful somewhere else to show your success like story. Some thoughts. Any
No,
more
it's
questions?
actually a lot, and I'm trying to compliment. Uh, I know I can talk Russian to you, so my English brain is right now cloudy. So that's funny. When you know what somebody can speak your own language, you think, oh, I can do it easier. So that's funny. But you say a lot of important stuff. So produce a lot, be successful artist, and do your own research, see the opportunities, and take it step by step. If I can summarize it somewhat.
Yeah, there are. It's important to study all the time. The market changes, so there is a lot of books and online resources, and a lot of opportunities for the artists to promote themselves and to be visible. Actually, right now, it's also a lot of online platforms, and I think the importance of social media is very high. So you should be basically, again, you see, you have to be entrepreneur
Of
to
course.
like, it's not only to paint, unless you have some dealer that who will do it all for you. Yeah,
So
but
is when you say word art dealer, you think like
mhm.
of 19th century, something like that from the past. And I mean, is with everything going online, is art dealer still a thing? And do you work with artists directly, or you working with art sellers, art dealers too?
No, there are art dealers right now here too. They just again, they mostly specialize on very high-end market. I have a friend who used to have in his 40s around 13 galleries. So right now he's independent art dealer, art broker. What he sells Warhol for like over 100K. You know, he sells art for 100 million. So for him, he has 2, 3 deals a year, and he's happy with that. He doesn't work really with the starting artists that I believe right now our audience, it's a lot of practicing living artists who create art now, like
Yes, yes,
us.
yes.
So I remember I talked to another art dealer. Yeah, there are also some art dealers, they supply big corporations, say, their collections, but it's just a little bit different level, you know. Or blue chip art, it's some artists already passed away and their prices, they're so high, so it's like investment grade art. Talking about us right now, say young living artists in their beginning or mid-career. Yeah, there are galleries, but I know so many artists, they just self-promote themselves on social media, on Instagram. It looks like it's your business card right now. If somebody wants to check you out, they will go to your Instagram and they will see what you do, what you create, how you present yourself over there, what projects maybe you did. So it's like everything now, social media.
Yes, social media is very important,
And a
and
lot of sales happen through social media. People can write you directly. You don't need a broker. You can
yes,
sell directly through Instagram.
and a lot of living artists and up and coming artists, that's what they do. You don't even need a website because Instagram is so much easier. It's right here, you're in direct connection, so you don't need to send people to the third party to come back to you, so you can
Mhm.
be approachable too. But how it is with gallery right now? Do people come to the galleries? And I saw a question from Svetlana in Canada. She's asking, why did you select California for your locations? Let's talk about locations of your gallery for a bit.
Mhm. It just happened that I ended up in California. So my husband, he used to sell art in 2000s here in LA area, and he would go travel around, and he sometimes he went and he discovered Palm Springs, which is two hours away from LA. And then I met him in 2009 in Miami, and he was in different business, in clothing business, but I saw he was not so excited about it. And when I moved to US, I told him, Effie, let's go try, go for a year back to California, because you already have connections with these stores that you used to work with in Palm Springs area. So we came, and he would buy in bulk some art and would supply them. But it was a lot of decorative art, not from artists. He would buy from wholesalers. Like the art that they sell in Michael's, and
I
like
was
kind
just
of like
going to
that.
say like Hobby Lobby, like
Yeah, kind of like that, but bigger sizes. So, and then I started to paint in garage just for fun, and he mixed up some of my original pieces with his, and they sold. So I'm like, okay, I will paint another painting. And I liked abstract expressionism a lot. I think I was drawn to it a lot in the museums or like exhibitions that I would go. I tried myself in different styles, but then one artist told me on one of the exhibition, Elena, just choose one style that it is easy and you like, whatever is good for you, and just stick with it. So basically, I thought, okay,
you
I'll
listened.
go with abstract. Yes, I went with abstract, because I remember I had a booth on some fair, and I would have something like I don't know, some flowers over there, like bouquets, or some lady like Picasso style, and then abstracts large size. So it was mix and match kind of. So I just stick to abstract, large scale. Of course, later on when we opened the galleries, I started to do sculptures. I have this Sweet Life series, but we do more like pop art kind of things, and large scale sculptures right now we produce as well. But okay, going back to your question, why California? So we started with Palm Springs. We never left back to Miami just to travel. So in 2011, I started to paint. In 2012, one small gallery took up my paintings and they started to sell it. It was, gallery that was run by artists. We have very prominent street here, El Paseo. It's like Rodeo Drive of the desert. So those galleries that existed 20 years, they did not look at me. And now me being a gallerist, I get so many inquiries. I cannot even physically exhibit all of these artists, and I understand them. And you cannot even answer them because it's so many artists to apply to the galleries. So in 2013, I opened downtown Palm Springs first gallery, and it was very successful for like a couple of years. And I thought, okay, what is next step? And I looked that in Las Vegas, Peter Leak, his photographer, I saw he has 3 galleries. So I thought, if he has 3 galleries, he should be doing really good. And probably it's so much traffic that it's worth, it's much more exposure. So I need to find a way to open gallery there. And there was opportunity. It was not easy. But yes, we opened gallery in Aria Hotel. It's right now. We were next to Chihuli. He's the world-renowned glass artist, probably most famous in the world.
Yes, he did Villaggio display.
Yes, Villaggio ceiling, but he's in 250 museums all over the world. There was Richard McDonald there who does sculptures. It is together with Cirque du Soleil, the gallery, and there was another photographer, and we were the 4th gallery. Right now, we are the only gallery there because everybody left. So we took over Chihuli space, and we are the biggest gallery there in Aria.
So I haven't been near the area since everything reopened, but I remember what Richard McDonald closed that location and he went to Bellagio, and you moved to Cristal's shop right now. So do you maintain 2 locations right now in Las Vegas?
Yes, we have 2 locations. We just had opportunity. I'm pregnant. I can't believe we opened gallery when I was like 7.5 months pregnant, but it was a great deal. We are in Aria, but next to us is Shops at Crystals. It is a really beautiful mall with all biggest brands, which span 100 to 200 years. Louis Vuitton, Chanel coming there. So the Shops at Crystals management came to us, and they had a free space, and they offered us. So even it was too close, we just decided to take it because in COVID time, there was very good deal on the rent that they offered, so
Yes.
you could not say no. So, and it's indoors. We are between Cartier and Van Cleef. It's a beautiful location. So it's 2,000 square feet. So we opened over there, and it's a little bit different concept. So because all this mall is about big brands, in our gallery, we mostly produce all our own art. And it's living artists. So in Shops at Crystals, we try to bring right now much more branded artists. For example, Richard Orlinsky, who is best-selling artist in Europe. He does beautiful sculptures of bears and panther, or like King Kong. And we brought some artists from LA because, again, like talking from gallery owner perspective, in Crystals, for example, whoever come, they have really original Warhol, or they have Liechtenstein. So this kind of clientele over there, they want something branded and big and expensive. So in other galleries, say other locations in California, say we have a Laguna Beach. So over there, a mix of people come, you know. There are starting collectors. There are also very seasoned collectors who know art, and some people, rookies, who they love to look at art, but they don't know anything about art. So basically, they just consume it visually. They see something pretty or beautiful, or they have a new home and they have empty walls and they want to put something. So you kind of act as educator. You teach them about art that you exhibit over there, and they not necessarily ready to spend the big amount of money, but they want original art and they appreciate it. And so you see, it's different facets of this business whom you work with.
Thank you. And you kind of go all over your locations, and I'm anxious to see your two new spaces. I've been in Aria Gallery several times and love your Lollipop series and Attis series and a big abstract. So very cool. So, and about space, just moving to Las Vegas, we as Red Rock Pastel Society of Nevada, so we connect with artists from all over, and I start looking on social media for artists who do who are in the area, who are working in a pastel medium, and I came across a couple of artists, and it's the same thing. So some of them already sell through their Instagram, some more in an art district area and work with a different co-op galleries, very established names who exhibit everywhere. So I guess it's in every type of business. In your career, did you have any experience with selling pastels, accepting pastel artists to your galleries? Maybe you have something on display right now.
No, unfortunately, we didn't work with pastels. We work with different techniques. And yeah, as I mentioned, we specialize more in pop art and very large scale art, minimalist, I would say, and sculptures. Yeah, pastel, it is more like a classic kind of thing. So we specialize a little bit in different thing.
Yes, I gathered all that from the gallery. As our society point, there is also, like, as you said, educate artists and the galleries and museums about the medium. We're not going to do it now. Our artists say, no, look at this beautiful abstract pastels. We have people who are doing pastels like 40 by 40 inch and decorating big buildings in Manhattan with a pastel. So it's all different, and we were to be seen to show the art, but you said something important about rent in Las Vegas. So we had our 3 shows virtually, and I'm on a lookout for the gallery space to show art in person, because any art need to be seen in person, but it's also different type of businesses. So type of business to sell art, type to show. And we collaborated with online, with a gallery, but we collaborated online during COVID time. And we right now looking for the gallery for our next to be show. But you need to understand where you want to be and what you want to bring. Now I'm confusing them, Palm Springs and Palm Desert, but you probably remember better. You had a collaboration where your permanent exposition of living artists pop art, and you also had some Dali and Dali sculptures, and you also had Dali sculptures here in Las Vegas, but a little bit less. So I visited that, and we were on a trip down to California, and they're like, okay, we need to stop. There is some Dalis, what you can see. And I really love the idea how you mixed up the art from Dali and living artists, and that kind of gave me some other ideas too. Something we're working on right now. But tell, how did you come up with this idea and how you made it happen?
I think we just got approached by Dali Foundation. It was a company, I don't remember their name right now, but they're based in Switzerland. They just looked for exhibition spaces, and we did like almost traveling exhibit for them. We did exhibit in Las Vegas. We did a show in Palm Desert on El Paseo, and we took them also to Laguna Beach. So all collectors that we cover in the areas where we have galleries had chance to see these galleries. We were 5 years in business, so it was also good kind of, you know, we don't take many artists on consignment, but it was kind of good thing to commemorate our milestone. We were 5 years in business, in gallery business. So it was fun. We also show lithographs of Dali. Right now, we just continue working with them. Those pieces are available online after this exhibition through us.
This is so awesome. And it's interesting what you're working on your brand. You do you basically, and opportunities come. That's
Well, you know, you create your own luck. I guess you need to work to go out to do exhibitions, and then just even with this talk that we have right now, you saw the previous talk on Wednesday, and we decided to do pretty quickly another Friday live.
yes. No, we had scheduled live for Saturday with Anna Lapagina, and we usually do series of lives to promote our exhibitions and events. And right now, our next event is actually collaboration of Red Rock Pastel Society of Nevada, Russian Pastel Society, and a museum in Penza, Russia. So
That's
we kind
amazing.
of, yeah, so we kind of working on this event, right? Not kind of, like we're working full time, like 2 teams and museum. So we're working full time on this. But I truly enjoy life. I truly enjoy doing interviews and connect with artists. And the most feedback was something what's easy for me. Just okay, let's talk to somebody and like find out what they're about and expand your circle, right? That's getting really nice feedback. So I thought like, okay, I still gonna work on the exhibition, but let me do lives. And I saw this opportunity, luxury brands. I was walking by your gallery for many times, and like I would walk in, but I never thought in my wildest dream what I'll shoot email, because I know it will be buried in a piles of emails from somebody who like trying to get into the exhibition and stuff. And I started listening to you. You speak my language, not just because of Russian, but also background, being well-rounded from Russia, being woman entrepreneur, self-made, and all that kind of stuff, and how you need to compare. I mean, there is so much insight in that life. I'm just okay. I can talk to her, and you replied very quickly. Your assistants worked amazingly to promote this life. So I'm so thankful for this opportunity, and you're just full of insight, and like I admire. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
We did a
When is your
survey
exhibition
on.
coming up?
It's opening on October 1st, and it's gonna run through November 14th. And we have events.
So you have location for that already?
Yes, it's in Russia, in Penza Art Museum, Sovietsky Art
okay.
Gallery. Yeah. So it's international collaboration. And our next show is to be spring 2021. We're gonna do online show for sure, but we're looking at the opportunity to do hybrid exhibition, online, offline. And this way, in case something in the world will happen, we still have a show online, and maybe offline. So that's how you need to think in this time. Before you spend money, you need to have a backup plan. As being non-profit and running it as a non-profit, there is not everything not the same rules like in business.
So what's the mission of the Las Vegas Pastel Society?
Our mission is to educate general public and connect with artists about fine art medium of pastel. If you guys watching us from the Red Rock, you're probably practicing artists with pastels and you don't need this education. But as you're coming to the museum, to the gallery, usually pastel treated like that third unwanted child, you know, like, no, we don't know that, like, is it graphic, is it painting, like, why it need to be under the glass, all this kind of stuff, and what it's fragile, what it's gonna fall down, and those things what artists hear all the time from the collectors. So our mission is to show pastel from the best artists available, and show what it is medium, what has its own right to be, so as oil, so as acrylic, so as watercolor, and what it can be very different. You can see anything from small drawings like the gas style, like Richard McDonald's star per se, what you had next door, to the large pieces what can go above your couch, like 40 by 40 inches, what right now technology let frame it under the glass. And glass is actually more an advantage for pastel preserving versus a disadvantage in a framing, because with oil, you can see like some restorations, how elements can affect it. If you put pastel under the glass, you basically just need to take care of the glass. So that's the gallery point of it. So our mission is to educate about pastel, show the best artists and whoever want to learn about pastel medium and become better artists themselves. We provide them with world-class instructors from all over the world. So part of our October program is actually several workshops starting this Sunday, online and offline, to be available from artists from all over the world.
Nice. I see we got the first question. How should an artist maker promote their work when galleries or exhibitions have not opened yet, especially during this pandemic? So we were closed just for 2-3 months. We were open all the time, but I think a lot of businesses, maybe some small galleries, did not survive because there was a lot of issues with rent. The landlords wanted rent and the sales were not happening. So for the artist maker, again, you guys can do a lot of things online. There is a website that I used a lot. It's called, I think, cafe.com or cafe.org. So there are a lot of artist calls. There are plenty. I get sometimes from them the email blast, and it's like almost 50 galleries, opportunities. There are also cities that want to commission art. This usually refers to sculpture artists, though. They want some large sculptures. But a lot of galleries, they announce their exhibitions that they do artist call that you can participate with. There are a lot of virtual exhibitions right now. So it's still a lot of opportunities to promote yourself. Again, work on your own social media. It doesn't have to be just Instagram. There is the more the better, because some people like Facebook. TikTok is huge. Just record your process, how you paint, and share it. You can take one piece of information and just blast it through different platforms. You can have your own blog, also YouTube channel, and more things you do, more people can see you online and start to follow you and get your art later.
Absolutely agreed. And also being in an artist community. So that's actually subject for our next live tomorrow with Anna, what we're going to talk about. Amazing artists in St. Petersburg joining one art community outside of traditional established ones. and pandemic happened, and all exhibitions what were usually offline were forced to go online. Some exhibitions what you'll have to ship your art to be seen, and they went online, and there are so many possibilities. So it's kind of nothing bad happening without the good side. If you can see the opportunity, you can do it, and also being among the peers, among the like-minded. Online juried shows, I can add, show submit. A lot of pastel and not pastel exhibitions are on these two platforms. If you like several artists, they usually will post, oh, I got an award here, I got an award there, I'm showing there. Just check out websites. You can be exhibiting next to them next time. So just be open and follow people whom you like, and work on your own stuff so you have something to show. It's more for me.
It's a lot of local communities in your town where you live usually. There are some artist communities. So I think it's important communication. So just talk, be in touch with other artists, and all these groups are online too, say on Facebook. So people share with the others different opportunities. The local museums, they do the shows. So yes, local museums, they are good. They give you even more credibility if you get into this juried show. So
Absolutely. And right now, one of actually two of our members, just one showing with oils and other member showing with pastels, are on display at Henderson City Center. So they found us as a group and say, can you share a call for artists? So we did. And there are two members who replied. Then it was not medium specific exhibition. So they choose what they're gonna show. We actually did a survey, and a lot of our artists are selling their art, what is nice to hear, and they are represented by the galleries. So we're looking forward to hearing success stories. Margie says, great information, thank you. So as an artist, if you apply somewhere, sometimes you get rejection letter, or you did not get a reply at all. Is there any recommendation how to deal with it? Like if you not get accepted somewhere or didn't hear back from the gallery and you felt like that's your only opportunity?
no, just keep going. There are so many galleries, you know. As an artist, I have my own galleries right now, but there is another avenue. Say I looked at Richard Orlinsky, who is in 90 galleries. So I thought, okay, a couple of years ago, let's reach out to other galleries, say in Europe or in Asia. We combined the list of galleries, and we also email blasted them. Even like I have a big team to help me with that. So not everybody replies, you know, so it's okay. It's not personal. People are busy, because I see how many emails I get, and I look almost through everything. And sometimes there is something relevant, but many times it's not relevant at all. So if they didn't answer to you, you can say email didn't work. Sometimes emails go to spam, so they didn't even see it. Maybe just call them. I would not, like, sometimes people stop by, you know, like I want to tell about this, like from the gallery perspective. Artists, they try different ways. They stop by in the gallery, they bring their portfolio. They don't even know to whom to speak. They go to the first art consultant. He doesn't even make any decisions. And he's there doing a job. He's like a retail person. Yes, he sells art as a product. He could have sold shoes or something else, you know. Just happens he sells art, but he doesn't really have decision power. So he can only pass your information. So it's best, I think, is to email and maybe check with a call, but be professional in your email. Sometimes we get Instagram messages like, let's collaborate. Okay, collaborate on what? Do you want to show, like, what's your resume? What is your like track record? What do you do? So make it easy for people on the other side to see. Sometimes people would send the email, there are no pictures attached, nothing, there is link. And if it's slow internet, until you get into their website, and their website is so slow, that you're like, okay, never mind, just next email, because their website some flash first, and then until you have to press 3 or 4 buttons to get to find what kind of art they do. Just attach maybe some representative work that you do, so it's pretty fast and visible right away. Some of your accomplishments, not too long either, because people's attention is so used right now with everything. Everybody tries to get everybody's attention. So just simple and clear and visible. So it's like an elevator pitch. You have just like, very, very limited time of attention of the person from the gallery that you're sending info. So say, again, maybe you are fit for that gallery, but make it easy for them. If you're not fit, is okay. There are a lot of other opportunities, a lot of other galleries. Like sometimes people call to us and say, oh, do you take art on consignment? And I knew some local galleries who do. This is their business model. Our business model, basically, we almost like family artists, and we don't work with too many other artists. But I try to help. I would recommend them. Oh, this is the gallery they are taking. This is how I got into the first gallery, because another artist told me, they are renting the wall. Actually, how they took me, my first gallery, was 2 artists running their gallery, and the rent was not even so high, but they wanted to offset their costs, and they dedicated 3 or 4 walls that they rented it out, and it was not expensive at all. It was $100 or $200, and I just appreciated this opportunity so much, because you want somebody to believe in you. Just invest in yourself first too. I invested in the beginning too, like to be in some book, because the publisher did not print it for free. They would just give this opportunity. They say we feature, of course they're not going to take everybody, it needs to be quality art.
It needs to be competitive still to fit again like a gallery.
So again, be more entrepreneurial, invest in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself and don't invest in your own development, how you expect somebody who never even met you or doesn't know you, like just put all his trust in you? So so it's just being proactive and doing some things, first steps yourself, and then it just adds up that you get more recognition, you get like more track record with your art, and you just grow step by step more and more.
Thank you so much. We have more comments saying great advice. You mentioned on time management. How many hours a day are you being an artist? And can you switch completely from artist brain to entrepreneurial brain, or it's usually several thoughts at a time? How do you do that?
It's a good question. I actually have to really like switch from one to another. I remember in the beginning I had my small studio, that those 2 artists that took me first, they moved and I took over their studio, and I opened my gallery first in their place. And my assistant, my secretary, who did accounting and everything, she worked in the same space. So I would be painting and she would come to me, say, Elena, I have a question here and there. And I would get so stuck because she's asking me business question and I'm in a creative mode painting. And in the end, I tell her, you know what? I don't spend too much time painting. I don't paint all day. Like my technique, I paint pretty fast. Like I would spend an hour or 2 hours painting, and then like it dries and I go do something else. So say, don't ask me business questions while I'm painting. I have to concentrate on this. And then when I'm on business mind, yes, it's another thing is with motherhood too. When I'm in the mode of being mom with my child, or like in business, I have to separate these things too. So and time management, it's very important to just like kind of structure your time. It's already so much research that multitasking doesn't really work. It's better to concentrate on one thing. But I would say when I paint, I try not to answer my phone calls because they would distract me from what I'm doing. But I still like my mind to be occupied. So I listen to a lot of books while I'm painting. Sometimes it is business books too. Sometimes music if my mind is too busy. But yeah, trying and for a long time I could not even have close to me some people watching me, because I feel like they watching you, so you start to be aware of what you're doing, and I had to relax completely. So the only people that I could have nearby my husband, because he kind of, you know, all the time with me, so I'm relaxed, and he's helping me, or my sister, or like my nephew, and maybe like assistant, not that I know for a long time. And for me, it was hard to paint for public. Kind of the same like I played violin for a while in orchestra in a group, but when I had to play alone, I would get very shy and I would start to forget the notes. So
Oh,
yeah. So it's kind
so
of
it,
very personal process, but for everybody it's different.
yeah, so it's not a solo, it's more duet or a group orchestra. That's very nice comparison. And being artist in music very conveys to being artist, and you can take some business strategies and apply to art, and vice versa. You shared in that interview what I'm referring to about your business coaching with Tony Robbins. Uh, was it helpful to your business side or to your artistic side as well? Like,
Both, I would say, because say Tony Robbins, it's his coaching is covering all sides of life. Last summer, when the pandemic started, when April hit, it was very difficult time. I didn't know if I would have any galleries. Everybody was closed. It was very scary. And April and May, it was very weird. We were closed. Um, then I did the first event with him, Unleash Power Within. No, I think first it was a comeback challenge that he did for free through Facebook. And over there, it was a lot of tools that they give you to be strong, to cope with current environment, to just think everybody has their own businesses, or they had their jobs. So just to be strong and to figure out it is a winter time right now. And so you want to study it to get your strength and just keep going. Then there was Unleash Power Within. It's I read his books for a long time, probably for 10 years, and I could not go to the live event because the last 3 years I was pregnant and breastfeeding, and you cannot just go for 3 days and leave everything in a big auditorium. So it was a little bit too much. With the virtual events, it was amazing. You could do it from home, do 4 days events straight. It was almost like from moment you wake up 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. in the morning, but it's such a strong tools. And they work a lot on your mentality, on your emotions, on everything what you want to achieve for yourself. And then he has other areas that say, I decided to do business mastery later on. This is purely about your business, or it's for people who want to start business. And then he has other also fields. He cover almost all fields of life, basically. But it was pretty useful, and for both, for me personally, to grow as an artist, to grow as a person, to grow as a mom, and then entrepreneur. So I believe it's very important to study and learn all the time, just to grow, because if you don't grow, you stagnate, basically. So it's just only way up.
only way up. Thank you for sharing that. And we got a lot of hearts, and you're very passionate of what you do right now. So, guys, thank you for your kind comments. I got to ask, being married to an artist, how is it like? Is it helpful to be with somebody who is creative? Or
Um, so me and my husband, we are very different, but I became artist because of him, and he became artist because of me. I told you how I became an artist, you know. So
yeah,
I just started to paint in garage because he was selling art. He's from Israel originally, so they all good with sales. So when we opened first gallery, he's very good with his hands. He always framed my paintings, and I think it helped me a lot in the beginning of the career, because he kind of knew all the logistics, you know, how to handle all the art.
yeah.
I would paint, and he knew how to exhibit it, how to hang the painting on the wall, how to sell it. So it helped me a lot in the beginning, and he would inspire me a lot, and he would motivate me, because it takes time, you know. for artists to believe, even you professional artists, but I came completely from different field, and I was many times I was doubting in myself, but he would kind of encourage me and make myself believe in me and what I do, and advise me if it, and he was very honest. If he didn't like something, he would say, oh, I don't like this painting. I would get very upset, but what I can do, I just would go redo it. Anyway, so he started to do his screw art in 2013, later than me, because we opened the space and we needed some more art for the space. It was only abstracts, another artist that we admired a lot, local one who is over 60, and him. And then we love to travel, so we went to a lot of exhibitions. Like we go every year to Art Basel Miami. It sparks your creativity, you know, just you get a lot of inspiration because you see so many successful artists exhibiting there, a lot of ideas. And then we would travel to Asia or to South America, and you would meet local artists there that are really good. So, yeah, it's step by step. We started to do more and more things. So being married to artists, yeah, he's not only artist, he's also
Pros and
running the
contras.
business. He's also running the business. He's doing merchandising for the galleries. He's good interior designer. He did more interior design like in the 2000s, and it helps running the gallery that he has this visual vision kind of, you know.
Spatial vision. I learn new word every day.
Yeah.
That's amazing, and you guys inspire each other, and your art complement each other, so is your personalities. Elena has 4 galleries, amazing website, and just a wonderful person to follow on Instagram. Visit Elena Bulatova Fine Art to find your art inspiration. And I would love to talk to you. I mean, you can be next Tony Robbins for artists, like how to get your creative side and a business side together. See, like I think that there is definitely something on it. Like you're full of energy and ideas, and let your couple of weeks to be successful, and congratulations. So
Thank you.
I didn't. I had one more question.
Yeah.
Personally, I have. Is Liam already starting playing with art? Like, what's your intentions
so
there?
I have a 2.5-year-old son, so he goes to school, and again, they paint like all of them. They paint, so they do a lot of projects. I think I have like 20 of his pages of different things, but
Any of them framed yet? And
there are
just
some framed that they framed in the daycare actually, and they brought as a present. And he did for Father's Day a super nice picture. So they are all supervised over there. I love how like, you know, he's just two and a half, and they do so many creative projects there. I think it's so important for kids to show their creativity and just express it. It's amazing.
on that note, thank you so much, and we'll be looking forward on Liam joining your exhibition space too.
All right. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And thank you so much for this opportunity. It was a very nice talk.
It was very nice. Thank you so much. Appreciate everyone, and see you soon.
Bye-bye.